Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. Welcome back. I hope everybody had a fantastic week and weekend. I'm always excited to be here with you guys on Tuesdays. So tonight I figured have a little bit of fun tonight. I jotted down a couple of your questions that have come up through some of the videos this past week, and I figured I would answer them. And then also, if you guys have any questions as I'm going along, I'll be more than happy to try to get through as many questions as I possibly can, as I just completed my second week as being a Talk Dasher. So just real quick, say hi to everyone who's here. Hey Thomas, how are you? Hi Omnifarious, how are you? Gary, what's up? Hey Steve, what's going on? Behemoth Monkey, what's going on? And Truth Be Told, and Julie, how are you? So I had, just real quick, I'll just talk about my week, last week a little bit. So, and I talked about this a little bit in the video yesterday. I just feel as though like my week was a little, I feel like it was a roller coaster. Some good days, some bad days. I feel like one of the biggest thing is Saturday just wasn't a good day for me, but then Sunday came around and it kicked butt. And I don't know whether it was because of football. I'll take it, it's maybe because of football, but Sunday was just literally a rocking day for me. I had my first catering order if I've ever seen on DoorDash. In the 4 years I've been doing DoorDash, I've never seen an actual catering order, so that was actually pretty cool. And that's actually, we'll go into that because that's one of the questions that actually came up this week. So if you guys, like I said, if you guys have any questions, just feel free to put it in the chat. Okay, so the first question I got this week is Top Dasher like learning a new app? So for me, yes, it actually was. Yes, I feel like I was very well versed in DoorDash. I've been doing it now for 4 years. How different could it be, right? I just feel like it was a different experience. Yes, the orders are the same, but the orders, in my opinion, that were actually coming in were different. And I kind of had to learn a new way of cherry picking and really going through some of the orders so I knew I was making the right decisions for me, really trying to kind of pick through, learning how to read item counts at certain restaurants to make sure that they might be part of the large order program, they might not. And that was, to me, a lot of like the guessing game, which was kind of fun all in itself, just because you want to see whether you're picking, the right orders. And I got a couple questions about this past week as well, as far as seeing subtotals. I have an iPhone and I know some people have Android. So if anybody's out there with an Android, you might be able to answer this better than I can, because I can only answer the iPhone version. So a lot of questions were, how do I see subtotals? So for an iPhone, to me, it's really easy. You just hit the top lines up top, and then you go down to the customer's name and scroll to the bottom, the subtotals there. I know that Androids are different. I'll be honest, I don't even know whether Androids you can see subtotals, but I can at least attest that iPhones, you can actually see subtotals. So that was a lot of questions this week regarding seeing subtotals. And subtotals are, for me, a really important not deciding factor, because I see them after I make the decisions, but it actually helps me learn the orders. And it actually helped me this week and last week really understand, X amount of items from certain restaurants equates to blank dollar amounts. Yeah, give or take $10 or $20. But I've gotten good at studying some of these restaurants and coming up with subtotals. So when I look at item counts at some of my higher end restaurants, I now know if they could be potentially large order program restaurants. And that's how I am using it to my advantage. Do you plan on having 70% or above AR at the end of the month? Yes, I absolutely do. I have been having a really good experience so far with the Top Dasher program. I announced it a couple of days ago that I was going to be a Top Dasher again next month. I don't know how long I will continue to be Top Dasher, but it has been doing so well for me in my market that yes, I am going to continue my Top Dasher journey for next month. So, it's a process. And that's actually, maybe I'll go into that question next, because actually someone asked me, how do you recommend getting to the Top Dasher at the end of the month? And I will never give you guys advice on how to become a Top Dasher, because I feel like everybody does it differently, including myself. But I can tell you how I did it and how I will do it this month coming, well, the month that we're in. So last month, the way I figured it out is I multi-app. So, and that's how I did Top Dasher. Kind of no different. I literally turned on DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub. It's just that if a DoorDash order came in, I took a DoorDash order and I didn't decline any DoorDash orders. And then when I was looking at like Uber Eats and Grubhub orders, I was trying to get some of those orders for like $10 and above. So if I did take a DoorDash order that was a lower dollar amount, the amount of money I was making on Uber Eats and Grubhub were offsetting some of the losses. It wasn't a lot, but some of the losses I was taking on some of the DoorDash orders that I was taking. So there were a couple mornings I did just start out with DoorDash because I just wanted to get a couple of them under my belt altogether. So there were a couple mornings I did straight, like 4 orders in a row before I actually started my day. I figured it out that it took me, I think it was like 7 or 10 days. I can't remember which one, but taking 10 plus orders a day multi-apping, I felt like I wasn't completely losing my mind. But it was enough, and it really helped me still achieve some of, all of my numbers that I was actually achieving. Thanks, Joe. You answered the question for me. Like I said, I don't know Androids too much, but I know this was a question coming from a lot of Android people. So that's actually pretty awesome. So thank you for answering that. So that was really how I did it towards the end of the month, which I don't right, wrong, or indifferent, but that's how I did it. And that was actually, I'm not going to sit here and say it was easy. It wasn't easy. It's difficult. I'm not going to say you have to completely, in my opinion, and this is what I had to do. I had to completely change my mindset. So for 4 years, I was, you get into the mindset, nope, horrible order, nope, horrible order, nope, horrible order. And yeah, you just have to go into the mindset that there really isn't in horrible order and know that you're going to be taking every single order that comes in. So just kind of go into it mentally prepared that you're going to have to literally take every single order. And I took 100. Well, actually, it was more than 100 because it's not one, order equals 1 percentage points. At least that's what I found out. And I learned the hard way on that one. But yeah, so that's how I became Top Dasher last month. So that was my fun journey. And yes, I will continue on to it this coming month. Okay, so hey, how are you? I like your name, Left Lane Lisa. That's actually pretty awesome. Welcome. What hours do you work on the weekdays and the weekends? So I feel like my hours are completely all over the place. Um, just because I feel like I'm always coming in and out, in and out. A lot of my life is revolved around my daughter and my husband. And, that's the beauty of what we do. It allows me to, work whenever I need to work. I do work some mornings just because my daughter gets on the bus and then I kind of go right into work mode. Um, I do take off a lot of like afternoons because I'm getting my daughter off the bus. And then I go out almost every single evening, at least starting at like 5 o'clock on. And then it just kind of depends on how late I work. Depends on the orders that are actually coming in and how quickly I'm achieving my goal. Yeah, Joe, I know, Joe, you are like a pro at this. I might need to take like some pointers from you because I know we've talked about this before and you get all yours in within the last couple of days of the month. I just don't know whether I can just do straight like that. That's why I did mine through multi-apping. Um, but yeah, so those are the hours that I work. I feel bad. I get a lot of questions also. How many hours do you work a day? What are your scheduled hours? And I'm like, I get hours in whenever I can. That's usually kind of my theory when it comes to working. So my day isn't just a 4 or 8 hour straight day. It literally is 3 hours here, maybe an hour here, maybe 2 hours here, and then, maybe 3 or 4 hours at nighttime. So I feel like it's a lot of times kind of kind of all over the place, but I make it work. And I feel like that's what a lot of us do. We just kind of make it work with what's kind of going on in my life. And yes, hashtag mom life, definitely. um, So hopefully that answered your question for you. Okay, so someone asked, how do I qualify for the large order program or how am I entitled to it? Yeah, cheers, Thomas. Thank you. So the large order program for me was a nightmare. It was a very complicated process. And I know some of you guys have had it easy and some of you guys have not had it easy. I did not have it easy whatsoever. But to answer your question, before I go into like my story on the large order program, but you have to have a 95% completion rate. Your customer service has to be above a 4.7. You have to have 100 deliveries for the past month, and you have to have 200 lifetime deliveries with DoorDash. So those are kind of the parameters. So with me, I got an invite for the large order program a couple months ago, and I filled everything out. I actually submitted the bag, and I got an approval number, and submitted everything I was supposed to, and never heard anything. So kind of fast forward to when I was going through this Top Dasher process, I got an invite again. This time, went through the whole process again, submitted my picture of my catering bag, got an approval number. I submitted it. Everything was submitted okay, and still didn't hear anything. And this time, and I'm like, oh, no, I'm getting on. Like, I don't care what happens. Like, I'm getting onto this program. I want to be able to go through the Top Dasher program and be on the large order program. And that's kind of the start of the process. So I called support the first time, or like this last time. And I told them the whole entire process. They looked and they said, it looks like you didn't submit a picture of your catering bag. And so I submitted it again. Okay, you'll get an approval. Okay, great. No approval came. So I called again. This time I actually spoke to a supervisor. And the supervisor actually told me everything looks good. It just looks like for whatever reason it's not on your account. And I'm like, okay, well, can I please get on? And she's like, okay, well, I'll do a couple things on my end, and then you should see it tomorrow that you're approved. So they told me I was approved. I was approved. It just wasn't on my account. So next morning, nothing. So I called the supervisor again for like this is like literally the third time. I must have finally gotten to the right supervisor because she figured out something in my account, whatever the back stuff is that they do. So they finally figured it out, and the next morning I was finally on the large order program. And man, it was a process. And it was something I was entitled to because I got the invite. I was invited into the program. So it was, it was definitely a process. So hopefully it is, hopefully it is easier for a lot more people than I had, but it definitely was a process to go through. Yeah, I thought the same thing, that it might be limited to my area, but I got the approval and I was approved, but for whatever reason, it wasn't actually going through my account. So I don't know what happened, but it was almost like DoorDash was giving me the signs that I don't know. It just wasn't a good experience. That's the only thing I can actually say. You keep getting process error. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, like I said, the only thing I can tell you is, be persistent. Yeah, I just didn't settle for not being on the program. I did it the first time around, maybe because I didn't quite understand what was kind of going on with the whole large order program, or what it actually, was entitled, like what I was entitled to. But I'm like, nope, not this time, not this time. I'm getting through, and gosh darn it, I got through, and finally, it just so happened to be, I guess, good timing or not bad timing, depends on how you look at it. It just so happened to be my first day on the program. Was the first day I was Top Dasher. So, for me, I feel like it's a really good mix into my mix. It's a good mix into my mix. So that was that. Okay, so next question I got this week. What's the difference between catering and large order program? So I learned this week. So this was actually, I didn't even know, I'll be honest, that this even existed in the DoorDash world until I actually got the order. And I'm like, I kind of just want to do this order just because I've never seen it before. And I'm glad I did. So it came up on the screen, not that it was large order, because large order programs don't show up as large order until you get to the restaurant and you hit that you arrived, and the little icon comes up that says, take a picture of your catering bag. This one actually says that it was a catering order and requires setup. And after setup, please take a picture of your setup and you'll receive $3 extra. That's how I knew it was a catering order. So I guess to me, that's the difference. So when I went through the whole entire process, I literally had to set up the catering order on someone's table, and it made it look all pretty just because it was a catering order. And they were super happy. It was an actual hospital, but they were really happy that I was there and set it up for them. And they were extremely nice and grateful. And, it was someone also had asked me in the questions, how did I actually feel about the order? So I'm always grateful when I see large dollar amounts. I feel like we can talk about percentages and, you know, what is good, what is bad. I think they tipped close to probably 15-ish% on the entire order. So the way I looked at it is I did 45 minutes worth of work from start to end. So, a $40+ order for 45 minutes of my work, I'll take it. So, I'll take $40 any day of the week that you want to give me. So for me, it was worth it. So I guess when you look at, percentages and, trying to figure out the tips, I understand where some of you guys are coming for, but I was just grateful I got over a $40 order for 45 minutes worth of work. I do know Deliver That. Unfortunately, it is not available in my area. I wish it was available in my area. I've heard you guys talk so many amazing things about it, but it's only actually available in North Jersey. So I know there's a couple of North Jersey people here tonight, but yeah, in my area, it's only available like 45 minutes to an hour away from me. So I just didn't think it was beneficial for me to sign up for it if I wasn't going to travel in traffic going to North Jersey. That's actually really funny. I think I might have wiped out all of South Jersey or the Jersey Shore. That is a very good possibility, and I could be the culprit of that. So maybe I should go like that, so it doesn't completely give it away that I'm the culprit of that. I've heard like I said, I've heard great things about it. Those who are on Deliver That, I've heard some really good orders come out of it. So, if it's something that's available in your area, hey, it never hurts to sign up for as many apps as you can possibly get. So if you can sign up for it, totally go for it and do it if it's available in your area. Like I said, I would have signed up for it if it was available in my area, but unfortunately, it's not. Okay, so next question. Multi-apping. How did the experience work for you this week? So I did multi-app. I forget what day it was, so apologize for not remembering what day it was. But when I paired DoorDash with Uber Eats and Grubhub, DoorDash kept coming in all the time. They always beat Uber Eats and Grubhub to the punch a lot of the time. So I would get DoorDash orders nonstop, and it just so happened to be I would take a DoorDash order, and then Uber Eats would come through, or Grubhub would actually come through. And a lot of times DoorDash kind of won out. The times that I did take Uber or Grubhub were kind of more during like my slower times, like mid-morning, or even, like later on, like right past like the lunchtime shift, like around like 2 o'clock, because I feel like then Uber Eats or Grubhub had like a little bit more say in my area. So like I said, multi-apping was different. That's the only thing I can say. It just so happened to be DoorDash kind of won out every time that I actually turned it on. Did it help your earnings? I don't know whether it helped my earnings. Every time you multi-app, you kind of add to your earnings. To me, it just gives you more opportunities when you are multi-apping. So, I guess it gave me more to choose from. I don't know whether it actually gave me more in my earnings. And then how is my stress level? um, my stress level is great. No, I'm just kidding. As far as my stress level, I feel like being just using one app lately has been less stressful because you're only navigating one app opposed to me. Usually I am navigating like 3, 4, sometimes 5 apps at a time and going in and out and in and out and, pulling over to see some of the orders. I kind of don't have to worry about that doing one app. So it was kind of getting back into like the groove of, oh, that's what Uber Eats sounds like. Oh, that's what well, actually Grubhub is kind of unmistakable with that darn cowbell. But I'm finding, just using one app, DoorDash, sometimes it is less stressful and a lot less things to maneuver in and out of your phone. Kim, you're going to do videos on your DoorDash AR journey. Thomas, that's a good question. I don't know whether I've decided that yet or not. I definitely am doing it. How that translates into a video, I'm trying to figure out in my head a creative way of giving you guys lots of information without bombarding you with too much information, because I feel like sometimes too much information can be boring at times. So I'm just trying to figure out a creative way of giving you guys the information that you guys are requesting or that you need or that I want to give you guys, so that way you understand kind of the journey on itself. I feel like every journey, I'm hoping I'll say this, I'm hoping that it's going to be easier than last time, just because I'm not contending with a non-Top Dasher account like I was last month versus this month. I'm actually, contending of like I actually have a Top Dasher account, so I'm hoping it's not going to be as painful as last month. So I'm sure you guys will get a couple of laughs on my expense, and I'll probably have like sucker written across my forehead. I'm just kidding. Oh, okay. So, Joe, you agree with me. It's what happens in my market. I end up just finding it less stressful just by running. When I've been enjoying, I have to say, navigating only one app. So it's been like, call it a woosah from I feel like my phone, it's like you're kind of constantly playing a multi-apping game that you're going in and out and in and out as soon as you hear a lot of the noises that come through. That's one of the reasons why I actually wear AirPods when I'm driving, because I feel like it is you can hear the rings and the noises and you can distinguish stuff a lot easier than just on your phone. A lot of times when it was just on my phone, I was missing some of the alerts that were coming through. So I feel like AirPods have really helped me understand the alerts that are, kind of coming into my phone. Yeah, I agree, Shayna. We are definitely more stressed when we have lots of apps on. I'm more stressed on the weekends when I have all of them on, and evenings when I don't usually get Instacart, so it's off. Yeah, I feel like the more you turn on, the more noises you have to pay attention to and listen to the alerts that are coming through. And like I said, I safety wise too, I feel like it's a lot more easier to deal with. I can't tell you how many times like I pull, like when you're driving, you're supposed to pull over, so pull over when you are, get an order, and usually it's order and like Uber will come in and DoorDash will come in, and I'm like navigating and I'm pulled on the side of the road, and now it's kind of nice just only, looking at one screen. A lot of times when I was stressed from even putting on like 5 apps, I would limit it down to like even at nighttime, staying away from, the grocery delivery and focusing just on, DoorDash or Uber Eats or Grubhub. And, it's just because when you limit your app use, your apps, it does, in my opinion, become a lot less stressful. So, okay, that's good to know. I'm gonna definitely see a difference this month. Okay, well, we'll keep Joe to his word, and we'll kind of see. But like I always do, I take you guys along with me on a daily basis. Um, so to answer your question, Thomas, I know this is like a roundabout, question. Yes, I'll be showing you some of it somehow. I just don't know how yet, just because I feel like I'm working out a way to really give you guys the content that you are looking for, and like I said, not boring you to pieces with I took this order, and this was a crap order, and this was a crap order. So I'm just trying to come up with an entertaining way of giving you guys the information that you are looking for. So stay tuned. I'll let you know how it unfolds as it's happening. So next question, are you doing Spark anymore? Yes, I am doing Spark. So I know I've said this before, so I'll kind of say it again. The summertime in my area and going down to Walmart's was just not good for my area. So a lot of times I just stayed away from Spark and sporadically did Spark in my area. Yes, I love Spark. Spark is actually one of my favorite apps to actually use, and I really enjoy it. So yes, I still plan on doing Spark. Yes, I still, love doing it. You might see some of it during my top dasher run that I have going on at the end of the month, because I think it would be a good, substitute in some of the slower times. So yeah, I love Spark. I'm not giving it up. I just, like I said, I'm on this top dasher journey. So that's been my focus, with like a sprinkle in of kind of my other apps that I've been doing. I feel like the beauty of kind of what we do every day is I work the hours I want to work, and I work the apps that I want to work at the time that I want to work on. A lot of them is just depends on my mood and what I feel like working. There are days I just don't feel like doing grocery delivery. There are days I don't feel like doing food delivery. Kind of just depends. Like I feel like we all get into those moods, and that's if you're a multi-apper, that you can pick and choose whatever you want to do that day. And like I said, judgment-free zone here, because you never know what these apps are going to do. And one day you can really go, okay, I'm going food delivery strong today. And then you turn around and go, the apps aren't producing anything for me, so I'm switching over to grocery. And I think that's kind of the beauty of multi-apping and having those choices to choose from. So multi-apping is not going to go away. Having multiple apps is not going to go away. If DoorDash kicks me off of their platform tomorrow, which we all know can happen, you know what? I'm okay, because I multi-app, and I have other apps to fall back on. So always add apps into your arsenal. And if that's one thing I keep, instilling in hopefully a lot of you guys, is just keep adding apps. Just keep adding them to your arsenal, and you'll always have backups to your backups to your backups, and more opportunities coming your way. Okay, so next question I had this week. they sending you orders when you go under 50%? So the other morning, my acceptance rate was 20%. So yes, they are still sending me orders that I'm under 50%. I know a lot of you guys are in those, forgive me, I don't even know what the program is called. But I'm not one of those areas that has that you must maintain an AR over 50% or something like that. I'm not in one of those areas. So, I was in the 20s as of, I don't know what today's date. So as of Monday, I was in the 20s. So yes, I am still receiving orders under 50%. I'm in 20%. I even got down as low at one point. I think last week is 6%. So I am still a cherry picker. True and true. I will always be a cherry picker. I think it's an important part. I believe in it. I believe in finding orders that are right for you and your area, and take what you feel is good. Okay, this made me laugh, Steve. Thank you for the laugh. That's actually funny. Rapping Granny, that's awesome. You got an invite for the priority program. That's awesome. Go get yourself on that program. That's really cool. Congratulations. I'm all about celebrating people's wins. I feel like we all need some positivity in our lives, and I love it when I actually see people succeed and actually get onto programs like that. So that is the last question that I have from the list of questions I have this week. So if you guys have any questions, get them in right now, and I will be more than happy to answer any questions that you guys actually have for me tonight. So while if you guys are thinking of any questions that are out there, for this week, I actually have where I'm at this week, I actually have Steve's Live, the Rideshare Rodeo Roundtable, Thursday at 9 p.m. So I have that this week coming up, and that's with Gary from Middleton Technologies, and also Hannibal is Hungry. So if you guys aren't doing anything at 9 p.m. Eastern, feel free to join us. It is always a lot of fun, some laughs. We talk about gig news, and we always have a blast out there. So don't forget to check us out on Thursday nights. If you haven't checked it out as well, last night I was with the Driven Mom. She had a girls' night, and it was a lot of fun with a whole bunch of fun content creators and ladies out there. So if you haven't gone to check that out, go check out her channel as well. It was actually a fun time last night. So thank you, Driven Mom, for hosting that. Did the McDonald's people give you a Happy Meal? No, but they gave me a Dr. Pepper. No, they didn't give me a Happy Meal, but my McDonald's knows me by name, and they legitimately gave me a Dr. Pepper because I actually helped them pack some of the Happy Meals into my catering bag. So they said, "Here, Kim, have a Dr. Pepper." I thought, "Oh, you guys are too kind." And I took that Dr. Pepper and absolutely loved it. So they did give me a Dr. Pepper. So thank you to my McDonald's is awesome. That's the only thing I can say. I feel like we always debate this, whether McDonald's is great or not, or, my McDonald's is awesome. How does your husband deal with that schedule of yours? We make it work. I don't know how else to say this. He is now back to work, which is awesome. He was out of work for a while, so he's back to work now. So a lot of my schedule is based off of juggling with his schedule and my daughter's school schedule. So that's why when I say, like, I feel like my schedule is all over the place, it literally is all over the place, because he goes to work, she goes on the bus, and then I can actually, go out and work. And then I come home, I get my daughter off the bus, I cook dinner, my husband comes home, we kind of switch roles a little bit. And then when he comes home, I go back out. Like, I feel like it's a little bit of musical chairs, but I feel like a lot of families out there juggle schedules, and I feel like ours is no difference. I just have a lot more flexibility of coming and going. And I say this a lot, like, what job out there could I find in the W-2 world that would allow me to get my daughter on bus, get my daughter off the bus, still work whatever hours and pick and choose the hours that I want to do. And, I feel like that's why gig work works so well in my life right now, just because I can be a mom, I can be a wife, I can juggle schedules, and usually I'm the one who's accommodating everybody else's schedules just based off of, what's kind of going on with my family life and their schedules. And for that, I'm very, very grateful, which is why I actually love what I do. Holly, how are you? I know you said, you kept saying you were like, I need to join, so welcome. Thank you for coming. Okay, do you pause DoorDash to accept another app order? Yes, I do pause DoorDash. I am a one app at a time girl. I've never been like taking multiple orders at the same time. I'm the person that literally I have to take an Uber Eats order and I'll pause DoorDash or I'll turn off Grubhub. Sometimes I'll leave Grubhub on, I'm not going to lie, just because they're my slowest app. So if an order comes in as I am, doing this, like, so be it. But yes, I do pause DoorDash or I turn off Uber Eats. Yes, I take it one app at a time. I use multi-apping for, the opportunities of, what it presents and what orders come through to my area. Thank you, Tony. And guys, Tony is so close to 1K. So if you haven't gone and checked out his channel, go do so. In the YouTube world, 1K subscribers is a big deal. So if you guys can go check him out. He is a worker. He drives a Tesla. He's a top dasher. He did this this past month as well. So talk about making bank. Oh, I feel like, Tony, you put me to shame. So go check out Tony's channel. Go subscribe, just because let's get Tony to 1K. I would really appreciate it. And if you're watching the replay, I'll put his channel in the description as well. Now, last night was, like I said, it was a lot of fun. It's not, I don't know if we've ever, oh, thank you for Tony for putting it up. I don't know whether anybody's ever done an all girl women night, ladies night before, but it was really fun to talk to a whole bunch of women, gig workers going through the same thing and learning people's perspectives from a women's point of view. And it was pretty awesome getting to know. So it was, it was Lisa from the Durham Mom. She was the one who hosted it. It was Rideshare Lisa. It was me. It was Faith from Dasher Pass. And also it was Ellen from delivering with Ellen. So it was a really cool night. So if you haven't done it, 65 more subs more. Let's help him out. Oh, let's get him there, guys. Oh, he is so close. Tony, you're so close. Let's get him there. And yes, Driven Mom's channel. Like I said, we had an awesome night last night. So both amazing people out there killing it in the Denver, Colorado area. So go check them out, please. So those are all kind of the questions that I really have, unless, you guys have anything, for me. Huh. Wow, Thomas, that's right, you were. So I've been with Kim for 2 years. I was her 7th subscriber. Wow. I've come a long way since my 7th subscriber. I've never taken down any one of my videos. All my videos were up, but I get embarrassed even watching some of my earlier stuff. I'd be like, why did I say that? Oh my God, what was I thinking? Like, it's so funny. I always feel you're like your own worst critic, but if you want some good entertainment and some good laughs, and if you want to go make fun of me, you can go to some of my earlier content but Thomas, yes, thank you for being a very loyal supporter of this channel. I really appreciate it, but yes, that's awesome. But I love Tuesday nights with you guys just because, I feel like it's such a good way we have such amazing drivers here. I think that's the best part is knowledge is power. And I feel like we learn so much from each other every single Tuesday. And there are content creators here. There are drivers here. And I really do appreciate all of you guys for continuing to support my channel and being here every single Tuesday with me as well. So if you guys don't have any other questions, I'm going to go. I have like two more oh my God, episodes. I couldn't think. Episodes left of Cobra Kai. So I'm going to actually watch a little TV tonight, a little bit. So, oh, Driven Mom, were your ears ringing? Because I was literally just talking to you. And also, everyone here is not just drivers. So, I really appreciate your continued support. And I really enjoy everybody who is here every single Tuesday with me. I always have so much fun. So guys, that is it for tonight. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. If you are driving, please stay safe and healthy. Remember, kindness is always free. I love you guys, and I'll see you next Tuesday or in the next video. Bye, everyone. Sorry. Peace out.